late models top 4 qualifiers. That's the number 25 of Chris Grubbs, the 67 of Bob Page. He's doing double duty tonight. The 0, George Riddle. And the number 48, he's tonight's top qualifier. That is Jonathan Ritter. Four cars, 4 laps. Grubbs, Page, Riddle, Ritter. Looking for chief starter, Jonathan Smith's green flag. Green flag is out and we're underway of week number 15. Page a little sideways there in the number 2 spot off of turn number 2. Riddle, look to the inside as it's Grubbs. Riddle, Ritter, Page, your top 4. Halfway, 2 in, 2 to go for Grubbs. Ritter. In the number 3 spot, hanging there in front of Page. Riddle in second. White flag, 1 lap to go for Grubbs. Close point battle here in the McIntosh Oil Company late model points between the 0, the 48, and the 17. Off of turn number 4 to the checkered flag, your winner, the number 25 of Chris Grubbs. Second to George Riddle. Third to Jonathan Ritter, and fourth to Bob Page. Pulling to the line from Alliance, Ohio on the G&H Construction, UFO, Malkert Race Engines, Baker Performance, sponsor number 25. Give a hand to your winner, Chris Grubbs. To the Fast 4, the Dash for the Street Stocks. The Snap-on Tools by Doug Poole Street Stocks. Kyle Grove, the number 8 of Tad Grove, the 75 of Bob Passwater Sr., the 88, tonight's top qualifier of Dennis Wood. Grove, Passwater Sr. and Wood, top 4. Heat race, or dash number 2, looking for the green. Green flag is out and we're underway. Kyle Grove pulling to the advantage off of turn number 2. Passwater Sr. to the inside of Tad Grove for the number 2 spot. Passwater's a little sideways there off of 4. Dennis Wood going to the outside to take over third. Tad now in second. Kyle leading. White flag, 1 lap to go for the 3 of Kyle Grove. Tad Grove, Dennis Wood, Bob Passwater Sr., your top 4. Close battle in the points here in this division also. Into the checkered flag, your winner, the number 3 of Kyle Grove. Passwater Sr. and fourth to Dennis Wood. Pulling to the line in the El Pueblito Mexican cuisine. Card Time Express sponsor number 3. Give a hand to your winner, Kyle Grove. Moving on into our Van Meter Auto Repair Modifieds. The number 38, that's Kevin McClintock. The 09 of Philip Cox. The 55 of Brandon Bailey. The 49 of Bob Page. The 38, 09, 49. All top 3 in points, separated by 4 points. Page, the point leader. Phil Cox in the 09, behind by 2. The 38 of McClintock, behind by 4. McClintock, Cox, Bailey, Page, top 4, dash number 3. Looking for the green flag off of 4. Green flag is out for McClintock and Cox. Bailey looking to the inside for the number 2 spot on Philip Cox for second. Page back and forth. McClintock leading out front. Bailey now takes over the number 2 spot. Page following to take over third. Bailey up the track a little bit in 1 and 2, opening the inside for Page. Halfway, 2 in, 2 to go for McClintock. Bailey, Page, and Cox, your top 4. White flag, 1 lap to go for Kevin McClintock. Off of 4, checkered flag, your winner, Kevin McClintock in the 38. Second, Brandon Bailey. Third, Bob Page, and fourth to Philip Cox. Pulling to the line in the Van Meter Auto. Federated Auto Parts, Blick Tool and Die. Burke and Nestor Race Car sponsor number 38. Give a hand to your winner, Kevin McClintock. The 79B of Phil Bunton Jr., the 57 of Blaze Bacon, the 007 of Don Ruffner, the 3rd, the 53 of Curtis Finlayson. Looking for the green flag in turn number 4, 4th and final dash for this evening. Green flag is out for Bunton Jr. and Bacon. Good battle into turn number 1 and 2. Ruffner looking to the inside of Bacon for the number 2 spot. Battle for second. Finlayson going to follow. He's going to look for the number 3 position. Ruffner the 3rd to the outside of Bunton for the number 1 position. Halfway, 2 in, 2 to go for Phil Bunton, Ruffner the 3rd, Finlayson, and Bacon. Good battle here in the Bucky Mowing Complex. White flag, 1 lap to go for Bunton Jr. and Ruffner the 3rd as they go side by side at the stripe. Ruffner to the outside off of turn number 2. Bunton with the advantage down the back straightaway. Into turn number 3. Side by side off of 4 at the stripe. It's going to be Bunton Jr. with Ruffner the 3rd in 2nd. Curtis Finlayson 3rd and Blaze Bacon in 4th. Give a hand to your winner in the Crazy Wings Inc. Medley Mowing, sponsor number 79B of Phil Bunton Jr. Now we're going to move on into the first heat race here on week number 15. The McIntosh Oil Company late model starting on the pole, the 169. That's Bobby DeVore the second. To the outside, the 57 of A.P. Wren, the 52 of Kyle Warner, the 17 current point leader Bob Snyder Jr., the 77 of Bear Swartz, the 4E of Corey Heron, and the 88 of Dennis Wood. DeVore the second. Wren, the top two, looking for the green flag in turn 4. Green flag is out, and we're away. Wren, gonna try it again. Green flag is out, and we're underway. 8-lap heat race for the McIntosh Oil Company late models. Wren trying to look to the outside. DeVore the second using the inside lane. Snyder right there in the third spot. Wren up the track again in turn number 2, opening the inside for Warner for third. Swartz, they're looking to the inside also. DeVore a little sideways off of 4. As Snyder looked to the inside. Here goes Snyder looking to the outside for the top spot. Snyder to the outside of DeVore the second for the number 1 position. It's halfway. 4 and 4 laps to go for DeVore the second. Bob Snyder Jr., Kyle Warner, Bear Swartz, Corey Heron, your top 5, with A.P. Wren and Dennis Wood rounding out the field. Second, Swartz. 6 in, 2 to go. Green flag is out, and we're underway. White flag, 1 lap to go. Swartz using the outside lane to power by the 169 to DeVore the second. Warner opening the bottom for A.P. Wren in the number 3 position. Battle for third between Wren and Warner. Warner up the track. Snyder to 4th, Warner to 5th. Finishing order would be the 77 of Bear Swartz. Second to Bobby DeVore the second. Third to A.P. Wren. 4th to Bob Snyder Jr. and 5th to Kyle Warner. 6th to Dennis Wood. Turf Realty, J.W. Cookson's Drivetrain, Swartz Trucking sponsored 77 of Bear Swartz. Glenn Joel in the 28. Don Ruffner the third of the 007. Green flag is out, and we're underway. Heat race number 1 for the modifieds. And that's Don Ruffner the third. The 17 of Andrew Smart. The 27 of Randy Gray. The 57 of Braden Swaney. The 24 of Nick Grubbs. the 15 of Kyle Finlayson, and the 3 of Austin Berger. Heat race number 1 of 2 for the Van Meter Auto Repair Modifieds. Joel Rufner the 3rd. Green flag is out and we're underway. Joel pulling to the early race lead off of turn number 2. He's going to bring Smart with him. Smart to the inside of Rufner the 3rd for 2nd. Gray dropped down also. Swaney's there behind Gray. Nick Grubbs going to try to use the outside lane. Battle for 3rd. Gray, Rufner the 3rd. Swaney now looking to the inside for 4th. Swaney to the inside of Rufner the 3rd for 4th. Sideways there off of 4th. Grubbs to the inside. Randy Gray all over the back bumper, the 17 of Andrew Smart there in turn 1 and 2. Grubbs to the inside of Swaney off of turn number 4. Gray making a little contact with Andrew Smart there in turn 3 and 4 as we're past the halfway, 5 in, 3 to go. Nick Grubbs to the inside of Randy Gray in turn number 3. He had a checkup real quick. White flag, 1 lap to go for the 28 of Glenn Joel. Smart right there as Gray and Grubbs battle for 3rd. Off of turn number 4 to the checkered flag. Your winner, the 28 of Glenn Joel. 2nd to Andrew Smart. 3rd to Randy Gray. 4th, Nick Grubbs. 5th, Braden Swaney. 6th, Kyle Finlayson. And 7th, Austin Berger. Pulling to the line from New Philadelphia, Ohio in the French Trucking, Ram Concrete, Peebles Racing, BP Photography, sponsor number 28. Give a hand to your winner, Glenn Joel. McCreary in the 71, Joe Usage in the 13, Bobby DeVore the 2nd, the 75, Dan Gosser in the 29. Green flag is out and we're underway. The 16 of J.D. Lawson, the 45 of Cody Stahl, and the 69 of Eddie McLean. McCreary pulling to the advantage down the back straightaway. Usage battling back in the outside lane in turn 3 and 4. Good battle up front. McCreary to the inside. Usage to the outside. DeVore the 2nd and 3rd. Lawson in 4th. Gosser in 5th. Usage up the track in turn number 2, sideways. Lawson had a brake check. Brake check again there for Lawson. Halfway, 4 in, 4 to go for McCreary. DeVore the 2nd. Usage. Gosser and Lawson, your top 5. Battle for the race lead between McCreary and DeVore the 2nd. Side by side down the back straightaway into turn number 3. McCreary to the inside. DeVore the second to the outside. White flag, 1 lap to go. DeVore by inches at the line. Good battle off of 2. Down the back straightaway. Through 3 and 4. Off of 4 to the checkered flag. Your winner, the 75 of Bobby DeVore the second. Second to Vanessa McCreary. Third to Joe Usage. Fourth to J.D. Lawson. And fifth to Dan Gosser. Sixth to Cody Stahl. And seventh to Eddie McLean. Pulling to the line in the DeVore Auto Repair, Rent to Own, Quaker Drive-Thru, Don and Jerry's Pizzeria, spots number 75. Give a hand to your winner, Bobby DeVore the second. The Snap-on Tools by Doug Pull Street Stocks, the number 1 of Bryant Smith, the 58 of Zach Koger, the 22W of Kylie Wood, the 55B of Kyler Bertram, the 99 of Jason Gruhl, the 54 of Chase Berkey, and the number 64 of Ian Porco. Coming to green, Smith, Koger. Green flag is out and we're underway. Green flag is out and we are underway. Smith to the inside, Koger to the outside. Kylie Wood, Kyler Bertram, Jason Gruhl, your top 5. Bumping up there by the top 2 of Smith and Koger in turn number 1 that time. Opening the inside for Kylie Wood. As Jason Gruhl looking to the inside of Koger for the number 3 spot. Bryant Smith still in second in the outside lane. Halfway, 4 in, 4 to go for Kylie Wood, Brian Smith, Jason Gruhl, Ian Porco, Zach Koger, your top 5. Koger has Kyler Bertram to the inside for the number 5 spot. As Smith trying to set up Wood for the number 1 position. Porco is looking to the inside of Jason Gruhl for third. White flag, 1 lap to go for Kylie Wood. As Porco looking to the outside of Gruhl for the number 3 position. To the checkered flag, your winner, the 22W of Kylie Wood. Second, Brian Smith. Third, Jason Gruhl. Fourth, Ian Porco. Fifth, to Kyler Bertram. 6th, Zach Koger. And 7th to Chase Berkey. Pulling to the line in the UFO, Lee's Famous Recipes. Phoenix Auto, Quality Lawn Care, Steve's Auto Service, sponsor number 22W. Give a hand to your winner, Kylie Wood. Last and final heat race for the Snap-on Tools by Doug Pool Street Stocks, the 73 of TJ Dreher, the 19 Scott Lindell, 44 Brandon Donnelly, 10 of Kate Wood, the 74 Bob Passwaters Jr., the 31 of Josh Peebles. Eight lap heat race. Green flag is out for Dreher and Lindell. Halfway, 4 in, 4 laps to go. Lindell, Catewood, Donley, Passwaters Jr., and Peebles your top 5. White flag, 1 lap to go for Lindell, Wood, Donley, Passwaters Jr. down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and off of turn number 4 to the checkered flag. Your winner, the 19 of Scott Lindell. Second to Kate Wood. Third to Brandon Donley. Fourth to Bob Passwaters Jr. Fifth, Josh Peebles. And sixth to TJ Dreher. Pulling to the line from Kim Bolton, Ohio. Give a hand to your winner, the number 19 of Scott Lindell. The Ross Mountain Barbecue Mini Trucks for week number 15. Ron Hoopengardner Jr., Tia Henry, Connor McLean, Bob Johnson, Eddie McLean. Green flag is out and we're underway on week number 15. For the Ross Mountain Barbecue Mini Trucks, Henry up the track, opening the inside for Johnson. Halfway, 4 laps in, 4 laps to go for Bob Johnson, Connor McLean, Eddie McLean, Tia Henry, and Ron Hoopengardner Jr. White flag, 1 lap to go for Bob Johnson. The checkered flag, your winner, the 99 of Bob Johnson. Second to Eddie McLean. Third to Connor McLean. Fourth to Tia Henry. And fifth to Ron Hoopengardner Jr. Pulling to the line from Harlem Springs, Ohio. And the Benchmark Construction, Ken and Mark Neese. Deluxe Body, sponsor number 99. Give a hand to your winner, Bob Johnson. Make sure you like High Impact Tree Service on Facebook. As we're going to move on into the Bucky Mowing Street Stocks, or Bucky Mowing Compacts. Heat race number 1 of 3 for the Bucky Mowing Compacts. Alan Clark, Brendan Maurer, the front row. Looking for the green flag. Green flag is out. 8-lap heat race number 1. Leading with Heidi in second, Ruffner Jr. in third, Jeremy Salinger in fourth, Mike Stuber now in fifth. Ruffner Jr. Green flag is out. 5 laps to go. Halfway, 4 laps in. 4 laps to go for Clark, Stuber, Ruffner Jr., Maurer and Heidi, your top 5. Stuber around the outside to take over the race lead off of turn number 2. White flag, 1 lap to go. Checkered flag, your winner, Mike Stuber. Second to Alan Clark. Third to Don Ruffner Jr. Fourth to Brandon Maurer. Fifth to Rich Dunlap. Pulling to the line in the My Water Doctor Mid-Vid Racing Video, sponsor number 44. Give a hand to your winner, Mike Stuber. Button, the 23 of Brenton Irwin. 6, Tyler Harmon. 46, Timmy Long. 8, Lenny Orr. The 5 of Tabitha Stuber. The 69, qualifying it was Dan Bucky. Now it's Noah Caldwell. He'll be starting scratch in the feature. Also, this 23M of Zach Marshall. Green flag is out and we're underway. 8-lap heat race number 2 of 3 for the Bucky Mowing Compacts. Ronald Button to the inside, Brenton Irwin to the outside. With the winner. 8-lap heat race number 2 for the Bucky Mowing Compacts, looking for the green flag. Green flag is out for Button and Long. White flag, 1 lap to go for Timmy Long. Green, white combined. Next lap is the checkered. A 1-lap shootout. Timmy Long, Tabitha Stuber, Zach Marshall, Lenny Orr. Checkered flag, the winner of the 46 at Timmy Long. Second to Tabitha Stuber. Third. Second to Tabitha Stuber. Third to Lenny Orr. Fourth to Zach Marshall. Give a hand to your winner, the number 46 of Timmy Long. Of Brendan Neely, the 85 Jonathan Weber, 68 Corbin Robinson, 9 Gavin Roop, the 3L Justice Lenars, the 79 Eric Button, Eric Brokaw, 79A of Corey Heron, and the 4 of Andrea Leach. Try on a restart, Weber, Robinson. halfway, 4 laps in, 4 laps to go for Weber. Lenars, Heron, Robinson, Brokaw, your top 5. As here comes Roop. Roop looking to the outside. To the checkered flag here, winner the 9 of Gavin Roop. Second to Justice Lenars. Third to Corey Heron. Fourth to Corbin Robinson. Fifth to Jonathan Weber. Sixth, Eric Brokaw. Seventh to Andrea Leach. Pulling to the line, give a hand to your winner, the number 9 of Gavin Roop. Trophy stocks, the number 51 of Jordan Dennison. The 62. The 61, Chris Burdett. The 42, Damian Andrews. The 2, AJ Andrews. 07, Evan Worley. The 6, Noah Caldwell. The 62, Caden Scott. 17, tonight's top qualifier, Noah Kaufman. Looking for the green flag off of 4. Green flag is out and we're underway. Good racing so far here in the Canton Addiction Trophy stocks. Halfway, 4 in, 4 to go for Damon Andrews, AJ Andrews, Noah Caldwell, Caden Scott, Noah Kaufman, your top 5. Evan Worley, Chris Burdett, and Jordan Dennison rounding out your field. White flag, 1 lap to go for Damian Andrews. Off for turn number 4 to the checkered flag. Your winner, the 42, Damian Andrews. Second to AJ Andrews. Third to Noah Caldwell. Fourth to Noah Kaufman. Fifth to Evan Worley. 6th to Chris Burdett. And 7th to Jordan Dennison. Give a hand to your winner, the number 42 of Damian Andrews. On week number 15 here at Midvale Speedway, presented by ARP Plumbing and John W. Cookson Drivetrain. The double 0 of Jonathan Heidi, the 57H of Mike Hurry, the 47R of Don Ruffner Jr., the 44 of Mike Stuber, the 79B of Phil Bunton Jr., the 57 of Blaze Bacon, the 007 of Don Ruffner III, the 53 of Curtis Finlayson, the 36 of Rich Dunlap, 22B Brandon Maurer, the 0 of Alan Clark, 23M Zach Marshall, the 5 Tabitha Stuber, the 8 of Lenny Orr, and the 69 of Noah Caldwell. 15-lap feature number 1 of 7 features this evening on week number 15. Heidi and Hurry bringing them in for the green flag off of 4, and we're underway. Howry on the outside. He's stuck in the 3rd lane going backwards. Good battle up front. Here comes the 57 of Blaze Bacon looking for 3rd. Ruffner the 3rd. Finlayson go 3 wide off at 2. Good battle between the top 7. There's their 2 by 2 by 2 and then 1. Mike Stuber looking to the outside of Heidi. Ruffner Jr. to the inside. Blaze Bacon there also. Phil Bunton Jr., Curtis Finlayson, Ruffner the 3rd battle their top 7. Good race so far here in the Bucky Mowing Compacts. Heidi, Stuber, good battle up front. Ruffner Jr., Bacon, Finlayson, Bunton Jr., and Ruffner the 3rd still all battling 2 by 2 up to the top 7 spots. Halfway right here, $50 to the halfway leader, presented by High Impact Tree Service. $50 halfway leader to the 44 of Mike Stuber. 8 in, 7 to go. Heidi in 2nd, Finlayson 3rd, Bacon in 4th, Ruffner the 3rd in 5th. Good battle up front for the top 5 positions. green flag is out for Stuber and Bacon. 5 laps to go. Good battle up front. 11 in, 4 laps to go. Bacon at the line. Stuber, Ruffner the third, Junior, and Button Jr. your top 5. In, 2 laps to go. Bacon, Ruffner the third. Battle off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. White flag, 1 lap to go. As Ruffner the third takes the lead by half a car at the line. Off of turn number 2. Ruffner the third clears him. Off at turn number 4 to the double checkered flag. Your winner will be the 007 of Don Ruffner III. Second to Blaze Bacon. Third to Phil Button Jr. Fourth to Mike Stuber. Fifth to Rich Dunlap. Sixth to Don Ruffner Jr. Seventh, Alan Clark. Eighth, Brandon Maurer. Ninth, Dan Bucky. 10th, Tabitha Stuber. 11th, Jonathan Heidi. And 12th to Zach Marshall. 007 of Don Ruffner III. Well, congratulations, DR3. Parked it in for the 5th time. 5th time?
4th time.
So 4th time this year, but you had to pass Blaze Bacon there on the outside. It was a pretty good race, top 7, all under a blanket there until the caution came out, but it was a pretty good race. Who would you like to thank on this car?
Yeah, it was a pretty good race. You know, there's really nowhere to go for a while until the caution came out. Kind of just fell for me and got lucky, but I want to thank my wife, my crew, my whole team, my mom, dad, my daughter, all my sponsors, and all the fans for being here. And getting to race in front of the crowd like this is awesome.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Give a hand to your winner, Don Ruffner III. That is Bobby DeVore II. To the outside, the 57, owner of ARP Plumbing. APR Plumbing of AP Wren. The 52 of Kyle Warner. The 77 of Bear Swartz. In the heat race, it was Joe Fuchs. And the 17 of Bob Snyder Jr. The 25 of Chris Grubbs. The 67 of Bob Page, the 48 of Jonathan Ritter, the 0 of George Riddle, 88. The 88 of Jesse Knox, the 4E of Corey Heron, the 69 of Bob Eichel, and the 07 of Brock Bircher. DeVore II, AP Wren, 30 laps. Green flag is out and we're underway. .30 laps for the McIntosh Oil Company late models. Through 3 and 4, off of 4. Green flag is out and we're underway. Warner pulling out to a good race lead. Here comes Snyder to the outside of Bobby DeVore for the number 2 spot. Page following. Swartz stuck to the inside behind DeVore. Shake up there in turn 3 and 4. Checks everybody up. Good battle for the number 4 position. Bobby DeVore the second. Riddle to the outside. DeVore sideways there off of turn number 2. Comes down on the 77 of Swartz. Grubbs looking to the outside of Swartz. Ritter to the inside of Bobby DeVore for the number 5 position. Pit shoot, 9 in, 21 to go. Warner, Snyder Jr. looking for the green flag off of 4. Green flag is out, and we're underway. Snyder pulling to the advantage off of turn number 2. Warner back to second. Page, Riddle, battle for the number 3 position. Good battle for the 3rd, 4th, and 5th spot between Page, Riddle, Ritter. Halfway, 15 and 15 to go for Snyder Jr., Warner, Page, Ritter, Riddle, your top 5. Good battle for the second spot between Warner and Jonathan Ritter. Page, Riddle battling there behind him. Good race for the McIntosh Oil Company late model. Snyder Jr., Warner. Warner only a second race in the late model. White flag, one lap to go for Bob Snyder Jr. Warner, Ritter, second and third. Page and Riddle battling for the number 4 spot. Off of 4 to the checkered flag here, winner the number 17 of Bob Snyder Jr. Second to Kyle Warner, third to Jonathan Ritter, fourth to George Riddle, and fifth to Bob Page. Sixth to Chris Grubb, seventh to Bear Swartz, eighth AP Wren, and ninth to Jesse Knox. Plumbing, Canton Auto Sales, FLF Race Cars, Over the Rail Diner. Climbing out, give a hand to your winner, the 17 of Bob Snyder Jr. Well, congratulations. Bob took that restart, but you guys were all pretty close there at the beginning for the first 9 laps. Then on the restart, you had a battle Warner, who's only in his second race, and he stayed right there behind you. And of course, he was closing in near the end, if you didn't know that. But then he also had pressure from Ritter, all of them behind him. Who all would you like to thank on this 17?
I just want to thank every one of my sponsors. If it wasn't for all my sponsors, racing wouldn't be what it is today. But I want to thank every one of my guys that's been helping me on my car. We had a trip to Michigan last week because my car's been going backwards. It's just been a lot of personal issues with it, but hopefully went the right way tonight. But I want to thank my wife doesn't get mad at me for being in the garage, you know. So, and I work a lot. So, but thank you, Midvale Speedway, Kelly, John Chapman, my mom. Thank you, everybody.
Well, congratulations, Bob, and also besides just winning the feature, also led halfway, so you get $50 extra presented by High Impact Tree Service.
Thanks, Josh.
Congratulations.
Hey, Bob, look who gets to give you.
Give a hand to your winner, Bob Snyder Jr. McLean, Eddie McLean, Bob Johnson, Ron Hoopengardner Jr., Seeing the white flag this time by, next time by, they'll get the green. 12-lap feature for the Ross Mountain Barbecue Mini Trucks. Henry, Connor McLean, 12 laps. Looking for Chief Starter Jonathan Smith's green flag, and we're underway. Green flag is out, and we're underway. Tia Henry, Ron Hooper Gardner Jr., Eddie McLean. Looking for the green flag off of 4 green flags out, 11 laps to go. Good battle for the race lead between Bob Johnson and Connor McLean. Tia Henry in third. Eddie McLean looking to the outside for the number 3 spot. Good battle for third between Tia Henry, Eddie McLean. Halfway leader getting $50, 6 in, 6 to go, $50 to the 99 of Bob Johnson from High Impact Tree Service. White flag, 1 lap to go for Bob Johnson. Connor McLean all over the back bumper of Johnson. Checkered flag, your winner, the 99 of Bob Johnson. Second to Connor McLean. Third to Eddie McLean. Fourth to Tia Henry. And fifth to Ron Hooper Gardner Jr. Johnson. Well, Bob, it was a good race between you and Connor there. Connor wasn't letting up.
Nope.
Looked like in 3 and 4 you were going up the track just a little bit, trying to figure out why Connor wasn't going to the inside when he probably could have.
Yeah.
So who all would you like to thank on this 99?
Benchmark Construction, Deluxe Body, Ken and Mark Nice, the McLean crew, my family back here, my sisters, my daughter Caitlin, everybody. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh, and also, besides just winning the feature, you also led it halfway, so you get $50 presented by High Impact Tree Service.
I'll thank them again because I think they sponsored that last week too.
They did.
Yes,
Congratulations.
Thank you, High Impact. It's greatly appreciated.
Give a hand to your winner, Bob Johnson. Austin to the outside, the 28 of Glenn Jewell. Inside row number 2 picked up the feature win just a couple races ago in the compact. That's Don Riffner the third. The 17 of Andrew Smart. The 27 of Randy Gray. The 57 of Braden Swaney. The 38 of Kevin McClintock. The 09 of Philip Cox. 55 of Brandon Bailey. The 49 of Bob Page, the 24 of Nick Grubb, 75 Bobby DeVore II, the 13 of Joe Usage, 71 of Vanessa McCreary, the 54 of Cody Stahl, the 15 of Kyle Finlayson, the 3 of Austin Berger, the 69 of Eddie McLean, and the 29 of Dan Gosser. Joel, rookie, veteran, looking for the green flag. Green flag is out, 25 laps the distance. Good battle up front, 2 by 2 by 2. McClintock, Swaney looked to make a little contact as Bailey got into the back bumper of McClintock. They're off at 2. Good battle up front between Lawson, Joel, and Rofner the third. Good battle up front, been side by side since the drop of the green between Lawson and the 16, Glenn Joel and the 28. Rufner the third, he's got a contender to the outside of Randy Gray. He's bringing McClintock, Bailey, Cox, Page, Grubbs all with him. Good battle here in the Van Meter Auto Repair Modifieds. Lawson up the track a little bit in 3 and 4. Joel still sticking with it on the outside. Randy Gray gonna clear Rufner the third to take over the number 3 spot off of turn number 2. Here comes Bailey to the outside for the number 4 spot. Lawson still on the inside with Joel to the outside. Coming soon, 3 wide, almost into turn number 3 and 4. Randy Gray, Lawson, Joel spins in turn number 4. Cautions out. McClintock, your top 5. Looking for the green flag, 9 laps in. Green flag is out and we're underway. Good battle between Joel, Gray. Gray up the track in turn number 4, smacks the wall just a little bit, opening the inside. Here comes McClintock to the inside for 3rd. He's going to bring Page with him. Halfway, 13 in, 12 laps to go. Glenn Jewell getting the $50 from High Impact Tree Service here on week number 15. Here comes Brandon Bailey to the outside of Glenn Jewell for the race lead. Side by side off of 4. Bailey at the line. Jewell not giving up on the inside. Jewell and Bailey. McClintock, Page and Cox behind them. .20 and 5 to go. Green flag is out and we're underway. Coming to green, 22 laps in, 3 laps to go. Bailey, Page. Green flag is out and we're underway. White flag, 1 lap to go for Brandon Bailey. to the double checkered flag. Your winner, the 55 of Brandon Bailey. Second to Bob Page. Third to Randy Gray. Fourth to Braden Swaney. Fifth to Nick Grubbs. Sixth to Philip Cox. Seventh to Glenn Joel. Eighth to Don Riffner III. Ninth to Andrew Smart. 10th to Bobby DeVore II. Climbing out, give a hand to your winner, Brandon Bailey. Well, Brandon, congratulations. You definitely had to battle a veteran there on that restart, which before that, you actually kept on looking to the outside, and you guys were racing pretty good up there as they were battling behind you. Who all would you like to thank on this 55?
Yeah, it was had to work that for that one, that's for sure. Glenn ran a pretty good race out there. I was trying to get the outside to come in a little bit better, but I can't thank the crew for helping out on this one. My brother, my dad, and my grandpa. But for the sponsors, More Vats Auto Detailing from Carrollton, Vaughn's Pub, and Silent Car Wash.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Give a hand to your winner, Brandon Bailey. Snap-on tools by Doug Pohl, Street Stocks, Bryant Smith, Zach Koger. 20 laps the distance, looking for the green flag. Green flag is out, and we're underway. The 1 of Smith, the 58 of Koger. 20 laps, looking for the green flag. Green flag is out, and we're underway. Good battle for the race lead between Bryant Smith and Zach Koger. Kylie Wood there in the number 3 spot. Kyler Bertram, Jason Grohl, your top 5. Koger still battling back to the outside lane on the 1 of Bryant Smith. Kylie Wood there in 3rd. Kyler Bertram 4th. Jason Grohl has Porco looking to the inside. problems with Zach Koger as he pulls to the pits. Good battle for the 6th spot between Tad Grove and Dennis Wood. Halfway in, 10 to go. $50 to the one of Bryant Smith. Presented by High Impact Tree Service. And caution on the speedway off for turn number 4. Green flag is back out with as Kyler Bertram looking to the inside of Kylie Wood for the number 2 spot. Side by side for second. They touch. Contact on the front straightaway. Looking for the green flag off for turn number 4. Green flag is out, and we're underway. Looking for the green flag. Green flag is out, and we're underway. Green flag is back out, 14 in, 6 laps to go. White flag, 1 lap to go. Off at turn number 4 to the checkered flag. Your winner, the 88 of Dennis Wood. Second to Brian Smith. Third to Chad Grove. Fourth to Kyle Grove. Fifth to Chase Berkey. Sixth to Bob Passwater Sr. Kylie Wood, Brandon Donnelly, Kate Wood, Scott Lindell, your top 10. TJ Dreher in 11th. Bob Passwaters Jr. and Ian Porco. Well, congratulations, Dennis. It's a pretty good show. A little rough there in the middle, but it was a pretty good show near the end, and you were able to beat Bryant Smith there on the start. Who all would you like to thank on the 88 today?
UFO, Nephew's Painting,
Gillen's?
Gillen's Auto, Phoenix Auto, Lee's Chicken, Quality Lawn Care. I'm going to dedicate this to Bug. He turns 78 tomorrow. He works on these cars every day. So,
Well, congratulations. And congratulations next week, as next week you get married.
yeah, thank you.
Give a hand to your winner, Dennis Wood. Second feature for the Bucky Moen Compacts, Brandon Neely, Jonathan Weber looking for the green flag. Green flag is out and we're underway. One lap in, 14 laps to go. Neely, Roop now. Green flag is out and we're underway. To the outside of Neely for the race lead as he split the middle off of turn 2 last time. Move Heron to the race lead. Group in the number 9. Green flag is out and we're underway. 10 laps to go. In the 9. Nine laps to go. Green flag is out and we're underway. Problems for the 3L of Justice Lenars as he goes pit side. White flag, 1 lap to go. Good battle up front between Timmy Long and Gavin Roop. Off of 4 to the checkered flag, your winner, Timmy Long. Second to Gavin Roop. Third to Jonathan Weber. Fourth, Ronald Button. Fifth to Corey Heron. Sixth to Corbin Robinson. Eighth, Eric Broke.
Drop the F-bomb. I agree.
Well, congratulations, Timmy. You had a bad wreck about a couple months ago. You won that feature, put a new car together over the week, brought it out. I think this is only the 3rd or 4th time you've raced it this year. Second. And you picked Park It in Victory Lane. Who would you like to thank on this 46? Because it was a good battle there between you and Gavin the last couple laps.
Well, first I'd like to thank my old lady Haley and all the roof nerds and all the marshals and all the Dunlaps, and a special thanks up there to Breen for letting me use that wheel for the night. And then I want to thank Blaze, Gavin, and all the Scots up there.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Give a hand to your winner, Timmy Log.
7, Upton Rooker the third. Well, congratulations, VR3. Parked in for the fifth time. Fifth time? So fourth time this year, but we had a pass plate being there on the outside. It was a pretty good race, top 7, all under a blanket there, so the costume came out with a pretty good race. Who'd you like to thank them? Yeah, it was a pretty good race. You know, they waited over to go for a while until the costume came out. I just spoke for me and got lucky, but all my life, my crew, my whole team, my mom, dad, my daughter, all my sponsors, and all the fans for being here, and getting the race in front of the crowd like this is awesome. Congratulations. Give a hand to your winner, Don Rooker the third. auto sales, FLF race cars, over the rail diner. Climbing out here, and your winner, the 17 of Bob Snyder Jr. Well, congratulations. Bob took that restart, but you guys were all pretty close there at the beginning for the first 9 laps. Then on the restart, you had a battle war. It was only the second race, and he stayed right there behind you. Of course, he was closing in near the end if you didn't know that. But then he also had pressure from River, all of them behind him. Who all would you like to thank on the 17th?
I just want to thank every one of my sponsors. If it wasn't for all my sponsors, racing wouldn't be what it is today. But I want to thank every one of my guys that's been helping me on my car. We had a trip to Michigan last week because my car's been going backwards. It's just been a lot of personal issues with it. But hopefully we went the right way tonight. But I want to thank my wife doesn't get mad at me for being in the garage. And I work a lot. So, but thank you, Midvale Speedway, Kelly, John Chapman, my mom. Thank you, everybody.
Whoa!
Well, congratulations, Bob. And also, besides just winning the feature, also let halfway so you get $50 extra presented by High Impact Tree Service. Thanks, Josh. Congratulations.
Hey, Bob, look who gets to get
Darlene, give a hand to your winner, Bob Snyder Jr. I'll give Connor McLean a hand for second place out there. Good job, Connor. Climbing, I'll give a hand to your winner, Bob Johnson. Oh, Bob, it was a good race between you and Connor there. Connor wasn't letting up. It looked like in 3 and 4 you were going up the track just a little bit, trying to figure out why Connor wasn't going to the inside when he probably could have. So who all would you like to thank on this 99?
Benchmark Construction, Deluxe Body, Ken and Mark Nice, McLean crew, my family back there, my sister, my daughter Caitlin.
Congratulations. Oh, and also, besides just winning the feature, you also led it halfway to get $50 presented by High Impact Tree Service.
Thank them again. They sponsored that last week too.
They did. Congratulations.
Thank you, High Impact. It's a great day.
Give a hand to your winner, Bob Johnson. hand your winner, Brandon Lee.
Somebody take pictures and send it to me on my phone.
Yeah.
Because my phone's all screwed up.
Well, Brandon, congratulations. You definitely had the battle of veteran there on that restart, which before that, you actually kept on looking to the outside. You guys were racing pretty good up there. They were battling behind you. Who all would you like to thank on this 55?
Yeah, it was had to work that for that one, that's for sure. Glenn ran a pretty good race out there. Trying to get the outside to come in a little bit better, but can't thank the crew for helping out on this one. My brother, my dad, my grandpa. But for the sponsors, more Vats, Auto Detailing for Carrollton, Launch Club, and South Car Wash.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Give a hand to your winner, Brandon Bailey. congratulations, Dennis. Pretty good show. A little rough there in the middle, but a pretty good show near the end. And you were able to beat Brian Smith there on the start. Who would like to thank on the 88 today?
UFO, Happy Pain,
Killins?
Killins Auto, Phoenix Auto, East Chicken, Florida Lawn Care. I'm going to dedicate this to Bug. Turn 78 tomorrow. He works on his cars every day.
Well, congratulations. Hey, congratulations next weekend. Thank you for being married.
Yeah, thank you.
Give a hand to your winner, Dennis Wood. congratulations, Timmy. Very bad wreck about a couple months ago. You won the athlete shirt, put a new car together over the week. Found it out, I think this is only the third or fourth time we've raced it this year. Second, you picked park at victory, and who would you like to take on the 46? Because it was a good battle there between you and Gavin the last couple laps.
First, I'd like to thank all the Lady Haley and all the Brewsters and all the marshals and all the Dunlaps. Special thanks up there to Barry for letting me use that wheel for tonight. And I want to thank Blaze, Gavin, and all the staff up there.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Give a hand to your winner, Timmy Long.
Yeah,